Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I wanted to come on today and just bring you a message for the full moon lunar eclipse, and it is a supermoon in Sagittarius. So I have the Moonology diary here. I want to read a little bit from it for you and then pull some cards. I have the Heaven and Earth Tarot. We have some sacred self-care, and I brought the Moonology Oracle out just for fun. But I want to tell you what they say, okay? So for all my subscribers, you guys mean the world to me. Thank you for being here. I love you, love you, love you. Thank you for supporting me. Guys, if you feel like this resonates, please hit like. If you think it doesn't mean anything for you, then go about your day. Disregard it. Take what you feel resonates for you and disregard the rest, okay? So I want to read you a little bit what it says here. It's getting pretty buggy. It's going to rain where I live. This is the only free space I have right now, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, let's get into this. It says, expect a pretty big week with lots of room for confusion, and it has to be said, possibly some deception. There are times in life when events conspire to show us that someone isn't on the level. When that happens, we have a few choices: pretend it's not real or tackle the issue. This week's eclipse in Sagittarius could be a little confused or deceptive because there's a challenging Mercury-Venus clash with confusing Neptune around at the same time. The good news is that a few days after the Mercury-Venus-Neptune clash, Mercury goes on to harmonize with Venus. This message here is that even if life feels a bit rough, especially where a matter related to love or money is concerned, don't give up. It is the fullness of time you'll start to see why what happened had to happen. An example would be breaking up with someone who broke your heart, which makes space for the right person to come into your life. Also note that Mercury goes retrograde this week, so whatever happens now could have a second chance later. As well as Mercury going retrograde, some of you guys, this is also could be where some of the confusion is coming from. If for any of you Geminis as well, Mercury is our ruling planet. So Mercury is all about communication. It sometimes could definitely have to do with technology. I heard joint sweet payments as well. Like things just could be not working properly. Your apps and your phones may be having issues. I heard it's like things could be uninstalling on you. I don't know if that's working, but just if you're making new kind of commitments and things like that, really think this over. Or you could experience something coming up from the past, a situation where maybe you experienced deception, a situation that just maybe wasn't put to bed fully. Now's the time. So if you're rethinking about things that have happened, just remember that this is so that we can heal and move on. Come to everything that's happening with a little bit of love. Oh, it's starting to rain. So I'm going to make this quick. Love, but love for yourself and understanding for the situation. So for anyone watching, guys, the cards that came out where we have the Five of Wands, and it says strife, which is, this has been hard, right? This is hardship. This is stuff that's not so easy. We have the Chariot, could be Cancer as well, but we're moving on to something. And we have the Princess of Pentacles here, something that's very, very balanced. So the bottom of the deck, is the Devil in the reverse. And I think that's important because this is where it's like, I think you've gained a lot of strength. We have strife, we have hardship. Burn that, whatever you need to do, but this prevails, right? This is also about the 5 sacred things. We have here as well within there the fire that's burning it, but there is health and rebirth up here. So whatever you're called to move forward with, if there's an offer made to you, or if you're rethinking something from the past, you may even be moving on from something that was really, really difficult to find your brand new beginning. And I want to show you here, I don't know what this thing's called, but there's some heavenly creatures there as well. So bottom of deck, definitely this Devil in reverse. For some of the readings, I only got 3 of them done so far. I'm going to try to get a couple done in the next couple days, or get them done in the next couple days. But there was a lot of strife there, and there was codependency issues, and I think that that might be something that this full moon is really going to help us move forward and push on forward to a life that we want to see and the life that we want to create with that Page of Pentacles. And with that Chariot there too, I want to show you that Chariot because it is an absolutely gorgeous card. If it'll let me. We have two sphinxes. We have the Merkaba. There's a knight there. There's so much here. But I think that this is just to say, you know, look at whatever strife has happened, whatever codependencies we've had, whatever addiction issues we may have struggled with, all of these things that we look at it and how did we grow, right? How did we grow? So I'm going to pull a few messages now from the self-care, sacred self-care oracle on how to take care of ourselves throughout this full moon and lunar eclipse. I also heard make some moon water. So any kind of water you would drink, I use a mason jar. You could put like a rose quartz in there for some self-love, or you could put like rosemary or something like that is what I'm hearing, or just put it cap on underneath the moon. I drank mine last time. I put the intention forward and I almost felt like I had to, but it was like I want this to be healing and I want it to do whatever you know, medicine the moon is calling for me to have, whatever healing needs to be done, and I honestly feel like it was really, really beneficial. So for some of you that may be something you'd want to do. We have a few things. We have first spend time with your animals, spend time out in nature, spend time with, you know, it may be the animals that you have, it may be, you know, your parents' dog, or it may be your friend's cat, things like that, but spend some time with the animals. This may also be animal spirit as well. They're drawing me to the owl. So if you're feeling animal totems really strongly right now, but you're not sure exactly what it means, you may want to look it up. And we have abundance planning here. Right? How are you going to save money? But this isn't just about money. This is what good things are you wanting to manifest. So this eclipse is putting, I feel like it's a fresh start. It's saying, okay, we're really looking at what worked for us, what didn't work for us in the past, and going forward here, I'm going to plan a little bit, but I think that it's important to remember that the biggest thing about abundance planning is being grateful for what we already have. So the bottom of here as well is connect with your ancestors. It's in the reverse. You also have clean your space. For me personally, that's definitely resonating, but for some of you as well, this connect with your ancestors. This is ancient lineages. This is DNA. This is going back generations and generations, as well as potentially past lives. Okay, so connecting with the ancestors that came before you, as well as I'm being drawn to this, for some of you, it's flower tribe. I myself feel like I am a flower child. I feel some of my happiest when I'm around wildflowers, honestly. So for just a little bit of tidbit here, but meditate as well. Spend some time in quiet contemplation, even deep breaths, and quiet your mind, right? Even if it's only for a few minutes of that absence of thought, and just to have some time to yourself and to gain some clarity and insight. What I was going to say is, for some of you guys, if you don't know, I grew up on a farm, and Grassroots evolution here is twofold for me. I'm also a women's studies and sociology major, and I believe that grassroots organizing, us taking our roots and what we have and the resources that we have from wherever we are, we can change it. And we can change it from here. It doesn't have to be, you know, people who are social activists that can make change. You and I can make change. I'm a social activist, however, but like, it doesn't have to be someone who's powerful. We can start right at the grassroots of the situation to create the change. And I think also, so there's part of it, I want you guys to be able to use what you have to evolve in the ways that you need to evolve, but I also grew up in hayfields, and I used to love running through grasslands, and to me there's innocence there, but it's purity and it's one with nature. So my hippie spirit, just for anyone who's curious there, grassroots evolution is about paying homage to where I grew up, and in that case it was around hayfields and lots of pretty flowers. So I'm going to pull one last card for you today from the Moonology Oracle and see what the message is for this full super moon. See what message Spirit has for you as a parting gift. So what would you have for anyone watching, Spirit? And they say you're very close to achieving your goal, and your dreams need a practical plan. This is that abundance planning too, right? So if I have these goals, what am I going to do to achieve these goals? And you're very close to it. So think about the next step going forward, and what are your action plans after this full moon? Something has come to completion. What would you like to start up by the new moon? That's the message I have for you guys. It also says it is a time to give rather than to take right now, focusing on your heart. New moon in Virgo, this definitely, I feel like, is a time to see, you know, just what you have to offer this world, what your skills and your resources. That's what I'm hearing. It's time to just kind of for yourself, right? Your goals are being accomplished, so now this is just kind of tightening it up for yourself to make sure that you're confident about whatever goals these are. So that's the message I have. I hope that it resonates for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful eclipse, and make your moon water, guys. Ask and set the intention that it is healing, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.